finally back in stock, but tonight we're going to show it to you in a new rare kit that we do not have a lot to go around in. Givenchy is the brand. If you just went, oh, I remember that bottle. I remember the day that Amy taught us about the sexy version of Lâ Interdit, because this Rouge version, it's floral, it's woodsy, it's spicy, and for sure it is sexy. This kit arrives with Givenchy mascara. So instead of paying $144, boxed and ready for your Valentine's present for yourself, it is $131 today. Free shipping and a $26 easy pay. And like I said, more than anything here, because it's rare, and a very fun influencer who I follow probably made it even more popular lately. So tell all your friends who are trying to find the Rouge version. QVC has it tonight, free shipping and a $26 payment. Enter Courtney Kaysen, a friend of QVC. You know and love her. You recognize her. She used to be a host here.
Oh, are you?
Now my sister texts me every time you're on the morning news. Your friend Courtney's on. Your friend Courtney's on.
We love your sister, and a hottie toddy to her.
Yes.
And a big congratulations for, like, is this your fourth studio park now?
I think it might be your.
Oh my
I don't
God,
know.
you're
I've
the
lost
best.
track.
She's the best style.
Well, thank you.
By everything.
Well, you know, one of the perfumes I wear right here. I call it Rouge for short.
Yes.
And I like to say, before Bethany mentioned it, I was already wearing it, Court.
And we
thanks
did
to
not
you.
pay her to mention that. And so if you are new to Givenchy, Hubert de Givenchy started his namesake collection, couture collection, by the way, in 1952. He was a big fan of a certain movie star that really has, like, transcended time and how relevant
been the reason why I bought it,
because
when you told me about the A name, where she has breakfast in all her movies, I couldn't wait to get it.
First foray into beauty was creating the signature scent that is our Lâ Interdit, which, by the way, is our best-selling worldwide fragrance. And we don't really do a lot to promote it because it just is the it girl fragrance.
Okay. And Court, we're already busy. Fewer than 900 to go around.
I will be quick.
If you, well, I'll linger a second because it's boxed here like a present with the mascara. So if you do want to open something special for yourself on the 14th of February,
I do that every year.
$26 on Easy
and
Pay.
it just makes my heart so happy. And I think there's a lull in, first of all, January feels like it's 89 days. Buy yourself a gift for February, you made it. Rouge Interdit is next level. When you and I were on originally, one of the things that really spoke to me when I sprayed this for the first time is I felt like I turned on a fiery elegance in my soul. And I don't use that lightly because this is so incredible, because at Givenchy, we have the most incredible fragrance makers of the world. So in this bottle, which by the way is beautiful gradient red glass
and heavy and large,
like a paperweight, the first note that kisses your skin is actually orange blossom and ginger. And
but I would never say it smells like orange.
Never. But it is this sweet and spicy bite that, like, if I had to equate it to something, it's like almost like a little pinch. You're like, wow, like that really turned on my senses. The middle notes, which really hug your skin, which I think is so impressive and so worldly, are these pimento leaves and jasmine. That's where you get the exoticness, because at Givenchy, we're all about florals and woods. That is the decadence that is both desire and lust that comes out of this.
I like the word she uses when she says exotic. I like to buy perfumes that don't make me feel like I'm going to walk into the room and you have it on, and you have it on, and you have it on.
Or go into a florist and it's mimicking everything that's on the wall.
So we're busy and we don't have a lot. It launched in PM style when it first arrived at QVC, and then I think Alberti brought it back, sold it out again. Here it is now in a kit. It goes quickly because out of all the Givenchy perfumes, it really is a rare find.
It's so
and
good.
now I have fewer than 800 to go
So it
around.
is anchored in sandalwood and patchouli. That is really a fresh and clean warmth. So remember, this is a spicy rouge accord that is an inflamed floral. So I want you to think about, what does that mean? If fragrance is your invisible accessory, this is what you are wearing to the gala where nobody notices your dress. They only remember you. And that speaks volumes. For us to do another reiteration of Lâ Interdit, specifically given the heritage and the way that it continues to sell worldwide, the Rouge would have to be intoxicatingly decadent. And I think in the spirit of Valentine's Day, I have never said this about fragrance. And by the way, I loved presenting fragrance when I was a host here at QVC. And I think you would agree with me on this. I'm not wearing the same fragrance in winter as I am summer. This is one that I would, because while you're fully clothed when it's chilly outside, this still leaves a lot to the imagination. And then when you're showing a little more in the summer, it still leaves something to the imagination, because it is this captivating infatuation in a bottle that when you smell it, you're like, oh, that's the couture difference when they hand select the fragrance notes, and it's breathtaking.
It makes you feel special.
Yes,
And you know, I
so
remember
good.
growing up, I always tell the story where like I think my grandmother had 1 bottle of perfume. I think my mom had 2. I have a good 8 bottles of perfume opened in my room right now.
Yes.
Because sometimes I want to spritz this one and sometimes I want to spritz that one. And this one is opened right now, and I will tell you, it's the Steve complimenter. Whenever I put this one on,
Yes.
he really likes it. There is something sexy about it.
Yes.
And I would never call myself sexy.
Same.
Never.
I'm not
right?
like me either. Like that's not something where I look up in the mirror and I'm like, you go get it, girl. You little you little kitten. No, I think there's an that's what I meant. Like when I said in my soul, I felt like I had ignited some type of fiery elegance, and I don't mean that to be cliche in any way, but I think there's a feeling that happens when you find a fragrance that like really inspires you to take on your day and like do it in a way that like where you feel confident floating into the room, even if it is with your kids. Like, what do you want for breakfast? Because when your husband gives you a compliment, you have 2 kids.
Yes,
like,
I'll take the
sometimes we don't
compliment.
get to shower.
Right?
Thank you for noticing how beautiful I smell.
I love that. Well, and I think we all have people who we look up to for style. So when Courtney
Yes.
told me who this was created for, I can't say who, but certainly one of the most famous actresses to this day,
Yes.
who women looked up to, wanted to see what she was wearing, wanted to know how her
Yes.
hairstyle was, and certainly loved her for movies. It's just a special scent, and now fewer than 700 to
Yes.
go around. Court does have this in a kit for us today,
So this
a gift
is-
set, I should say. So there's another piece to this.
This is a fabulous mascara. First of all, this is still a glass bottle. This is a very generous try me of our Givenchy L'Interdit. When you think about
Couture mascara.
Couture mascara, it has always been about the lashes when you think about the world of beauty. Inside this, not only is an incredible wand that's built off bio-based bristles, which means it's sustainable, but they're also cut at different lengths. We are able to transcend your lashes. You know how tulips fall over in the spring because they just kind of die away? When you put a penny in the water and cut the stem, they perk back up. We are able to do that with your lashes because one of our first ingredients that we formulate with is ceramides. What that does is reinvigorate your individual lash strands truly from the inside out to get them to stand at attention. And that's how we can give you measured volume and a full fan effect that addresses separation, length, volume, and thickness in just one swipe.
All of that, and you get to try that. Remember, together, this would be $144, and you're at $131
good.
instead. Free shipping, by the way, and a $26 payment brings it
Yes.
home. You know, perfumes now cost like $300, $400.
Givenchy makes $300 and $400 perfumes.
Well, this is instead a kit coming home for $131, and this is
Yes.
a lot of perfume.
Yes.
You know, I still have my original bottle that I bought here months ago.
Yes.
I remember the whole set that night smelled incredible, and everybody who kept coming on and off the set was like, "What is that? What is that?" And we would say Rouge, but it's gone. It's sold out. Don't let that happen again tonight. Fewer than 600 to go around.
I want you to envision yourself driving down a convertible at sunset in a breeze, noticing beautiful foliage that is the orange blossom and ginger. It's an intoxicating tickle just at the bottom of your nose that sweetly bites you and you're like turning around, what is that? Our middle notes that hug your skin that really breathe this into life, what makes it so captivating is of course your jasmine and pimento leaves. Those are exotically sourced from different parts of the world to really create that desire that is that warmth and almost burn that you smell. And it's just, it radiates. But we anchor all of those exotic florals, by the way, which are handpicked by our fragrance makers at LVMH in sandalwood and patchouli, which creates this warmth but cleanliness that evens out. And if you were to think about this again, talking about fiery elegance, what does this equate to? This is something that if they were to imagine who you were, I wouldn't be able to tell you what you wore, what kind of makeup you wore, but you leave me intoxicated and captivated. And that's what fragrance does with you, specifically from the house of Givenchy.
Well, whether you're all dressed up or you're in your t-shirt and sweater, if you just love perfume and you spritz it before you go out to dinner, spritz it before you run your errands, spritz it before you head here, there, and everywhere like I do, this is not only a brand, that is just synonymous with scent, but this particular rare find is having a moment. It sells out often here at QVC. The first time was here in PM Style, and now finally back in this giftable kit in time for Valentine's Day. Free shipping, a $26 easy pay, and I know you're gonna love it. I know you're gonna love feeling special in a room that could be filled with hundreds. You're gonna stand out. Fewer than 600 to go around. Courtney Kaysen, thank you so very much. All right, well, we've got so much more in PM Style tonight. Studio Park, yes.